Buckets. That's the name of my boat. Buckets.
Buckets. What we get.
Not the only transfer we got from Florida. Keith Stone, too. Remember that.
Everybody who watches his show on a regular basis knows my love of the stretch four.
You know, we all make mistakes. He might have made one going to Tallahassee.
If y'all don't know. Dribble to the left, cross over to the right. Hurricane to the game, many buckets for the night. Matt with the pick and roll, Melissa with the give and goes. This Shelly-U, hoodie girl dunking in the hole. Check the scoreboard, this what we fall for. Beat the gameplay, they want an encore. Yeah, overtime for another round. It's buckets out the buckets, baby. You out of time. It's buckets. What it is, homie, it's buckets. Woo! We get buckets. Yeah, baby, buckets.
I have no shame.
I know. That's the problem.
You guys are awesome.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Buckets. I'm Matt. He's Vish. She's Melissa. Guys, how are we doing tonight? Melissa?
What's up, guys? Thought it was a pretty good first half, so I was doing all right. The second half wasn't as fun. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, how I expected overall. I thought we competed, which is all I was looking for. I mean, we're not. Well, I mean, program's a major work in progress, which we knew, so I wasn't really expecting much, and I didn't get it, so I'm okay.
Yeah, no, I thought we competed the whole game. It's just, I mean, going up against the defending national champion, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's so early in the season. I think Florida's, a really good team, and I mean, the best front court in college basketball. It's always a tough matchup.
I think people's expectations were a little bit too high.
Well, I do want to address
for this game.
I think generally for the team.
Just from comments from different people while I was live tweeting the game, well, I think
they were too high for two reasons. In two ways, Melissa. I think one, it was overreacting to the first few games against teams that frankly just could not stay on the court with us. And two, it was being unrealistic about what you can do in a half of an off season when you're just picking up random players and trying to insert them into a lineup and then go play the defending national champions. And I think there's unrealistic expectation of what was available and what you were able to bring into roster build. So I think both those things. What I see people complaining about, as if it was like an easy button we should have pushed to have the Michael Jordan Bulls show up and just dominate everyone like that was going to happen. Like I don't know. It's kind of what this is kind of where I expected to be. So
listen, we saw it early in the game. I was tweeting about it. We were talking about it in our group text. Florida's got one of the best front courts and best depth in front court in the country. They have like 4 or 5 guys that they rotate through that are like 6'11", 7 feet in their front court. Very physical. We don't have that depth. We have Ernest Uda. We have Malik Reneau. We have Marcus Allen to an extent off the bench. And that's pretty much it. We were going to struggle with the front court. We kept it close. We did our best. Yes, we missed a lot of free throws. Hopefully that's more of just us getting bodied and being tired, and that improves. We actually cut it to 3 with 16 minutes to go in the second half, and that was kind of like our last gasp. And the lack of effort, there wasn't a lack of effort. These guys were playing hard, but shots that we were making early, in the first few games weren't as easy to make in this game because we relied on layups and post play by Renew to score, and you weren't going to get that against Florida, and we don't have the 3-point shooting. And we said it. I said it on Flo's show last week that I don't think we have an half court offense that can compete with teams that are going to outshoot us. We can't. And Florida is too good of a team, from 3, from whatever, to do that. We needed to make everything possible in order to make it a game. And we did our best through the first half and the first, fourth of the second half. But, it's going to happen when you're playing the defending national champs. I don't know what people's expectations were.
Well, I do want to address one thing. So obviously we don't always agree with each other on the show, and that's kind of the point. Like, otherwise we just record ourselves and listen to ourselves so we can nod along while we agree with ourselves. And obviously we don't mind if viewers disagree with us or, put a point of view out there. However, we put a lot of effort into covering these teams. It's not easy to do. Matt does it from California. We do it because we enjoy doing it. You are more than welcome to disagree with us. However, saying you don't want us to cover the women because you don't care about women's basketball and coming into our mentions and attacking our co-hosts personally and calling them nasty is unacceptable. And you can go get your basketball content somewhere else if that's how you choose to engage with the show. And I'm not putting up with it. And if you keep that up, I will ban you from all of these chats and will ban you from following us because there's no reason to engage with us in that manner. It's completely unacceptable, and you owe an apology to Melissa for the way you addressed her. And you know who I'm talking to. So don't ever do that again, or we'll just block you from everything, and you can go get basketball content somewhere else. In fact, you can go get something that only talks about the men. That's what you want.
Listen. Just to go off of what Fish just said, just because I was the one involved in that conversation. If you're gonna get sarcastic with me, then don't call me nasty when I get sarcastic back. I'm perfectly fine to have a conversation and to have a debate, and you can disagree with me all you want. But if I make a sarcastic comment, which for one I didn't think was rude, and you just go straight to insults, then that conversation is done.
Yeah, but the point wasn't.
I'm literally having a conversation with someone, and we disagree, and it hasn't gotten nasty, it hasn't gotten sarcastic. We agree to disagree, and we move on. We do not favor one team or the other. We cover both teams equally. This show is literally just about the men's team.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be real here. The criticism was not of the actual content. It was that we were not saying exactly what he wanted to hear.
But I will point out that I was right.
Which there's one other person I interact with that behaves like that, and it's my 4-year-old nephew. So grow the hell up and act like an adult or go somewhere else. I'm this close. Try me. I'm not tolerating that kind of disrespect. And if you come down to Dade County and pull that stuff, you might want to visit our sponsor, 305-800-PAIN. After an accident, every minute counts. With one call to 305-800-PAIN, you get immediate access to trusted doctors and attorneys who guide you step by step. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they are a brand you can trust. Much like 5 Reasons Canes, 305-800-PAIN is focused on the local community of Miami-Dade County and South Florida. They'll handle all your accident needs, including car accidents, personal injuries, and related legal matters. So after an accident, be sure to call 305-800-PAIN. The number is the name of the brand, 305-800-PAIN. Después de un accidente, cada minuto cuenta. Con una llamada a 305-800-PAIN, ustedes pueden obtener acceso inmediatamente a doctores y abogados para ayudar con todo el proceso. Con una clasificación de A+ del Better Business Bureau, pueden confiar en ellos. 305-800-PAIN tiene mucho en común con los 5 razones Canes. Están enfocados en la comunidad local de Miami-Dade County y Florida del Sur. Ellos pueden ayudar con todo después de un accidente, incluyendo accidentes de carro, lesiones personales y otras cosas legales relacionadas. Entonces, después de un accidente, llama 305-800-PAIN. El número es el nombre de la marca. 305-800-PAIN. With that, Melissa, one of the points of contention was the performance of the front court, and I think we saw just how light we were up front today. We really have only one. Renu is very athletic. He's an undersized four, though, and look, this is like running into an extreme problem for us, just because they have so many talented actual bigs that it's a terrible matchup. So, but that I think was laid to bear that we just don't have the front court depth to
Florida's like
compete
4
with
or
teams like
5
this.
deep with like 7-footers. It was going to be an issue from the jump. We tried to counter it as much as we can. Renu's shots weren't falling. He took a lot of good looks down low, and it just wasn't falling. I would like to see Uda get more touches. Only 4 field goal attempts. I feel like maybe he can get more. I do really appreciate his effort on the boards. Without fouling, he tipped a lot of balls, had chances for a lot of offensive rebounds, kept us in the game with a few second chance opportunities. I don't think we've seen much of his offensive potential yet, but I do appreciate his effort. And I agree with some of these comments. I do like our fight. We definitely were given all out effort the entire game. And yes, free throw shooting needs to be worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Vish.
Go for it.
I was just gonna say, so like going into this game, talked a little bit with Vish like before we got on. Going to the game, we were second in the nation in 2-point field goal percentage at like 66%. So getting a lot of looks at the rim, easy shot opportunities. When you go against the best front court in the nation, where like they legit have 3-4 guys that are like elite shot contesters and alterers, like it's really tough. I mean, when you see Cedar Renault's numbers, 8 for 23, a lot of those at the rim. Altered a ton of shots. We ended up shooting 36%, I think, from 2 today. So huge variance with that number.
34%. It's on the screen.
Oh, 34? Oh, yeah, it's right there. Yeah. So 34%. It's just, I mean, it's tough to win that way. I thought the one thing that stuck out to me, I thought we gave Florida, Melissa, I think you mentioned it, the little run we made to cut it to 3 when there was like 16 minutes left.
Yeah, at the 16-minute mark, at the under 16 point out, we got it to within 3.
So that was when we had Marcus Allen at the 4, right? Because we were dealing with foul trouble. I think Renew was at the 5, or was it Uday? Might have been Uday, but we were playing like 4 guards. So we were able to spread the floor a little bit more. Guys were able to put the ball on the floor, get by.
Points were coming off transition.
Yeah, and we were getting them off transition. They were missing a lot of threes, giving us long rebounds and opportunities to push the pace and stuff. But yeah, no, it is concerning to me watching this team in the half court offensively. I just think you're just kind of limited what you can do with the personnel, and we kind of knew this. I mean, it's something we talked about from the start.
We've pointed it out since the season started. It's just we haven't played a team that
could exploit it.
Our physicality, and Florida was way more physical than us.
Yeah, they were not just bigger; they were also quicker in the front court, which then you're basically screwed. I thought, we've watched this team. Melissa and I've watched this team in person, and Renault he's a really good player, but we were wondering, at the 4. He's really hard to guard. He's quicker than a lot of 4s. But we were wondering, like, okay, when he goes up against like high-level athletes, how's this game going to translate? And he struggled today again against players like Condon, which is like, again, you're talking about some of the best bigs in the country. So it's not, a lot of players are going to struggle against that. But I think when that broke down, we did lose a lot of our offensive flow and identity. There's only a few guys on the team that can really create offense at this stage. And we kind of lost. His game kind of got taken away by Florida's frankly superior talent and size. And that kind of held the whole offense down. I mean, it was a struggle. And I know we made that little run to cut it to 3. I never thought we were in this game, to be honest. I wasn't like, oh, we're going to string together more buckets and take the lead. They called timeout because they took 2 stupid long threes that we turned into fast breaks. And then why don't we throw it inside and lay the ball up a few times and restore, which is what they did. Not to mention we chose to bring Altuntis in around that time, and that just about ended the game.
Yeah,
but
he needs to not play ever again. It's really bad. He's
We're
so
not
slow.
being mean. We're not being mean, but this is fact. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, no, he's super slow on rotations. He hedges out too far. Like, there's too many defensive breakdowns. He can't stay in front of guys. He fouls with his body too much. Like, and they're like terrible fouls that you can't even argue.
He doesn't.
I mean, he made
it's-
4 fouls. He made 4 fouls in 9 minutes. He's fouled out in a good 10 minutes multiple times this year. He's yet to score a point. I don't understand how he can continue. I understand we don't have size, so he's the next tall guy on, because even our fours are undersized. And so I get why, like, Jay Luke is like, okay, I need that size. And he can't play at this level right now.
It's a liability.
As Nate is saying.
You might as well just put Renew at the 5 and Marcus Allen at the 4 if you need to spell Uday.
I think against other,
he has no idea what he's doing.
I think in this game it was just hard. You can't guard those 2 bigs.
So
like
big,
when they had 2 bigs, you can't guard. I mean, not that Altutus can guard them either, but I get it. Like, I mean, Renault was not going to be able to guard Condit or Chinue. Like, I mean, that's
Altutus wasn't able to guard him either. So, I mean,
No, I know, but I mean, again, I'm not disagreeing. Obviously, I'm not disagreeing with you. I've been saying that since the first time I saw him play. I was like, I don't think he can play at this level right now. But I just don't think we had an option.
Matt, is there any other? I mean, your college basketball knowledge as far as other teams is way better than mine. Is there any other team that we play that has that type of depth at the front court, like in the ACC?
In ACC play?
Yeah, I mean, I know BYU has although one of their players is no longer with
Well,
them.
Akita he has a concussion. I don't know like what the timetable would be for him to come back. But I mean, I'm just concerned moving forward. It doesn't even have to be a team that's bigger. It's like if you get into foul trouble, or like we saw today, like Shelton Henderson and with Malik, like, yeah, it's, I mean.
Well, we're so reliant on one-on-one basketball that if you play against a team, like Matt said, the size made it worse. But if you play against a team that can like play man-to-man and defend a little bit, you're going to be in trouble here because we don't really.
We play all.
I mean, it's a lot of ISO for Trey Donaldson and Malik Reneau as the offense. So if they're able to defend those positions, I mean, obviously, like we can play better, but I mean, it's limited in terms of what we can generate. We don't have a lot of shooting, and it's tough. But again, I said this before the season. I said it before this game. This is a transition year. If the team competes as hard, so Bryce asked the question what the positives. That team competed the entire game. We actually fouled out Florida's elite front line. Like we did, and that part of that is the officials just we fouled out too. Like had our guys foul out too. Like the officials were calling a lot of fouls, but I mean, we were physical with them. We met that challenge. They're just a better basketball team right now. But I do think it's encouraging that we met that. Like, I know I see some comments like they intimidated us in the paint. I don't think so. We just couldn't finish over them. We tried to, though. That's why they got into foul trouble. So I think that's a positive because, again, teams that aren't as good and certainly don't have that quality size will have better success doing that. I like that. I like the way we competed. I like the way defensively we challenged them. It's really hard when they can throw the ball inside to elite post players, just lay the ball in over the top of you. It's hard to. There's only so much you can do defensively, but I thought we competed. I think it was a significantly better opponent that bullied us a little bit. But go ahead.
Can you scroll down to the guards on Florida?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. The starting backcourt, like
they're back.
Boogie Flan and Xavier Lee is 0 for 10 from 3, and I mean, I thought they got some really good shot opportunities too. So, yeah, 3 for 17. Damn.
So with what Nate's saying, he says, I think a lot of us are frustrated because if this team would have lost and been competent from the line and finished a little better at the rim, people would be fine with it. It was a great defensive effort and frustrating bad offensive performance. I see. Me and Nate were talking about this on Twitter. I disagree with that only because I already knew that it was a problem. The free throw shooting, yeah, could it be better? An L's an L. They got to practice free throw shooting, but we haven't had a good offense. We've just been playing lesser opponents, which is why we've won those games. So I'm not necessarily frustrated by the offensive performance because we've been bad offensively.
Well, and like, if you look at the numbers too, sorry, just to say, like, going in, like, if you look at like 3-point attempts and like, and everything, like I think we're like 336 in 3-point attempts coming into this game. And then like you look at 3-point percentages besides Malvich, I think he was 8 for 11 coming into this. We were shooting like 20
shot off, which was
but like coming into this game, and then I think like as a team, the rest of the guys were shooting 26%, and that was, I mean, True was shooting 50%, so like you got to account that's some pretty horrific percentages. So you're kind of one-dimensional offensively.
Yeah, I do want to say some positives. I'll continue to say that I love True Washington's defensive effort. I don't know if he leads
He's a dog.
Skills, but I think he does just based off of what I've seen. I think as of right now, he has the best 3-point looking shot. We haven't seen enough of Malovic. So like,
well, again, when you play just on Malovic, when you play better competition, they're not leaving you wide open. It's harder for him to get a shot up. Like this, I think
we need to do more to try and get him open. But I think True Washington's our best shooter. I think he might be our best all-around player if you look at defense and offense. I tweeted this. I thought Uda. Is this one of the most intensity I've seen from him. I really liked his effort on the boards. I would like to see him maybe get more opportunities under the rim. I know that was kind of hard with how big Florida is and their depth, but maybe in the future, the fact that he only had 4 attempts, I would like to see. No,
yeah,
I know Renew's kind of been our post player, but
they didn't have to help off at all. They could just guard with Renew one-on-one. So there's no like dump off opportunities for.
And that was established early, Matt. Like there was a couple of possessions that essentially died on the vine because we got to Renew and he thought he could get around Condon. And he couldn't.
I also think,
and that was basically it. And then the ball ends up like stuck. And like you said, once that was kind of game over in the first 5. I know we ended up taking the lead at one point because we hit a bunch of threes, which we usually don't do, as you said. But that was basically, I was like, if he can't beat their big with quickness, we're pretty much screwed offensively. Like if that guy can keep him in front of him, like you said, they didn't have to help off anything. The same thing with Trey Donaldson. Like they were able to force him into tough shots without helping, and so all the guys that kind of rely on Renew and Donaldson to draw the defense to get them looks just couldn't. But I agree with Melissa. I thought True Washington, his field goal percentage doesn't look great, but I thought he was outstanding. I mean, he was having to take tough shots against Florida's defense is so good. And we got to give him credit too. But he was making some of those, and he was really good defensively too.
I would like him to pull out sometimes, like as far as on transition. I think sometimes we're forcing it in transition because our half-court offense is so bad. I will also say there were some plays where Florida was helping down low, and I would like to see our 5s seal their defender. I said it multiple times about Otuntas and a couple of times about Uda when Renew was trying to post up and their defender was like right there to help. Seal your defender. Give your guy a chance.
I mean, Otuntas does not know how to play basketball right now.
No, he doesn't.
I'm just
pointing it out.
This is. I mean, I honestly don't know. Again, I get why Jay Lucas is like he's the only other size I've got, but he can't be on the. I mean, he still hasn't scored, and he's got to be making like a foul every 2 minutes rate wise.
Well,
like
he wasn't on the floor long. He was on the floor for 9 minutes, and
he made 4 fouls.
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm saying he's on the floor basically to give Uda or Renew a breather. But at that point, just freaking call timeout or put Marcus Allen. I know with Florida it was hard because they're massive. But in future games when we're not dealing with 4 people over 7 feet tall, I'd rather just have Marcus Allen out there with Ude or with Renew when you're trying to spell one of them.
And honestly, the foul,
like playing 5-on-4.
and the fouls are his good defensive possessions. He gets lost and breaks the whole defense down on other occasions.
His fouls put Florida in the 1-1 with 12 minutes to go in the second half. Like he came on the floor and committed like 3 fouls in 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's bad, and I think it's pretty clear Jay Lucas doesn't want to play that small lineup.
I don't think he had a choice this game, but I'm hoping in other games when they're not fucking mountains, like the Rocky Mountains down low, that hopefully he doesn't. I don't know that we had a choice this game because, like I said, like Matt said and I said, Florida has like 3 or 4 massive 4s and 5s that they rotate through. So, but
yeah, I think the larger concern though is Altuntas has looked the same against like Bethune-Cookman and stuff. Like he is not.
Yeah,
Literally
doesn't
just
matter
fouls
the level of
constantly and
competition.
goes to the bench
Yeah.
and he hasn't
He
scored
shouldn't
yet. Like,
play. Look at our starters' minutes.
Fun fact: he has the highest turnover rate. So, like, just for reference, the second highest is True Washington with 21.9. Altuve 76.2.
That's insane. I've never even seen. Is that real?
Divine could only dream.
That's a real number?
Yeah, that's a real number.
Scored a single point.
That is an insane
He's yet to
number.
score a point.
Because I know he doesn't play a lot, but he's played roughly 10 minutes a game before fouling out.
Well, it's because in 8 minutes he had 1 turnover, 9 minutes he had 2 turnovers, no turnovers that game, 1 turnover this game. In 8
He didn't even have
minutes.
a rebound this game. His only stats are 1 turnover.
Nate,
and
is
4
that
fouls.
mathematically possible?
I mean, that. I mean, we've watched obviously all the games and we've been at some of them and we've seen it, but that number is still unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, you look at our starters' minutes, and we said this. We said this before the season even started, that our starting 5 is going to have to play a lot for us to want to win games. I will also mention Dante Allen. He didn't have a great shooting night, but his intensity on defense I absolutely love, and I'm extremely impressed by his ball handling.
And he had a really nice pass. I don't remember who it was to. He had a great
passing. I think I even tweeted that he's an elite passer.
I think there were no 3 was
we are set at point guard for a couple of years.
No, there was a fast break like lead pass that he threw over a defender that was super impressive. I don't remember who it was to.
He's still learning and the shot's still coming together in college, but I'm so impressed by him. I really am. Like I think in the next, as he develops in Miami, he's going to be a great Miami point guard for us. I'm really happy that we got him and from Villanova. So shout out to the Villanova coach for getting fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Sorry.
Did he get fired or did he retire?
No, I just misheard that incorrectly. I was like, wait, what did she say? And I was like, oh, she's shouting out the coach that got fired. Okay.
He got fired, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a big deal because, like, isn't he a Villanova legacy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't his dad play there or something? So
Yes, his dad is famous.
That's the thing. If his shot can fall, like that's.
I'm a big Dante Allen fan and I'm a big True Washington fan.
A second lowest turnover rate on the team next to Marcus Allen.
Apparently, all Allens can protect the rock here.
No.
Yeah, I do think everyone. I didn't see anyone that didn't compete to their maximum effort level. I don't know how the officiating impacted some of it. They just had a tight whistle. Like I said, both of Florida's bigs,
like on both ends.
Both of Florida's bigs fouled out. So it wasn't just. It wasn't like it was one side or anything, but obviously.
Can I point out another positive too?
And they go to their bench. There's a much bigger drop off for us. Go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say too. I really like the zone we play out of baseline, out of bounds. Because I mean, you're trying to run something offensively to like get an easy look at the rim, get an easy shot opportunity, and I feel like the rate we force turnovers out of that is like astronomically high. I think we got 1 or 2 turnovers just off of baseline out of bounds plays today and like past 3 games, it's been super high as well. So another shout out to the defense, but yeah.
Yeah, no, again, I think part of that was how we competed. Now we're saying all this, they scored 82 points. Part of that was, again, the number of, I mean, we attempted 27 free throws and made 15. They attempted 29, made 19. It's going to inflate.
Yeah.
I wonder if the refs had the over the way they were blowing that whistle like every 2 seconds. But it was tough to watch at times. And again, nothing to do with either the team, just like the ticky-tack nature of some of the calls. And again, we don't have the depth to afford. Like both their bigs fouled out, and they rolled out another big. I'm like, who's that dude? And he was at their score, and it's just like, okay. And we just don't. We have one big really. So when the foul trouble starts coming, it disproportionately impacts us. But it wasn't unfairly wrapped. It was just they had tight whistles, so you see all the fouls were made. It's not great for us when we don't have depth. Yeah, I mean that guy's probably that's too tall to play. The 7'9" guy
on the bench is there because he's 7'9". I don't.
He's a novelty.
He actually plays basketball.
Yeah,
him and Altuve should be friends.
I mean, Altuve is playing in an ACC program. That guy isn't.
That guy would be getting started next year, even if he's a complete stiff.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see like the strengths of this team is they're competitive, they're athletic. Like Matt said, a lot of the defense is pretty far along in terms of like the system in place, and then we're seeing the weaknesses too, which is the offense is really a couple of guys going one-on-one trying to create their shot and doing so create opportunities for other players, and if they're not going, there's kind of nothing. I don't even know what offensively, like, okay, we need a bucket. What's our plan?
I don't know, but honestly, we were in the game. I mean, I know like we weren't like really in the game, but like we kept it a single-digit deficit for a significant amount of time, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by that. Like, I assumed we were gonna go into the half down like 15 or 20. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Florida hit that 3 right at the end to make it a 10-point deficit, and then we actually got it to 3 at the 16-minute mark in the second half. So I was pleasantly surprised. I was waiting for Florida to kind of break out and bust the lead open, which they eventually did. But I thought we played. I mean, yeah, the offense was not good, but we managed to stay in it. So I'm not like completely devastated by the loss. I'm pleasantly surprised by some things and not surprised by some of the bad things, in quite honesty. That's just
honestly, this kind of went. It was a blow. I mean, look, I don't want to be negative. It's actually went how I expected. And I said coming in, I just want them to compete, and I think they tried to do that. But dude, we got our ass kicked. Like, let's be real here. Like, this wasn't a good. If we're actually saying it's like, if we're judging based on expectations, I thought we hit our marks. Like, this is kind of what I felt, but this was not. Like, they took control early. It was around 10 points at halftime. We had a little run, then they immediately pushed the lead back out. And like, their 2 bigs were in foul trouble the whole game. Fouled out with like 6 minutes left, and the game wasn't competitive, so it didn't matter. So I think we're sugarcoating it a little bit, to be honest. Like, we got our butt kicked, and we need to regroup and figure out how we're going to play against teams with better athletes, or it's going to get ugly. Because no, we're not going to run into a lot of teams like this, but also they didn't play well. They didn't shoot well at all. Like, they missed a lot of open jumpers. They actually missed a lot of layups early too.
Yeah, they did.
And
did you see like too, they compared like last year, their first 3 games, the percentage that their guards shot versus like the first 3 games of the season, and it was like pretty comparable. So it's like you don't know, what can happen moving forward. I'm not saying these guards are going to be anything like the guards of last year, but
Florida's guard play is not great. They lost their guards to the draft, so even the commentators mentioned that. They'd also mentioned that our front court is very thin. I'll just point that out. The commentators mentioned that our front court depth.
Well, it is, and it was playing
Well,
again.
I just wanted to emphasize that point.
Yeah, I would say, you could use the phrase "work in progress" as they try to figure out how to rotate guys in. Maybe, I don't know, phrase we could use that would be 100% accurate.
Foul trouble was an
Potentially.
issue also. I remember that being a point of contention. Was it not?
Yeah, and perhaps when you go to the backup and he just played like 5 games now or whatever, 4 games, and can't score, but can make fouls every 30 seconds. That's probably not a good bit of depth. But anyway, no, I think there's a lot to work. I guess because I had no expectation. I said this before the year, like I have no expectations. I'm not going to negatively judge Jay Lucas at all in this year. It was a emergency rebuild of a roster. We saw that one with the women's team last year. Like even if you get really good talent, and I think there are some really good players on this team, trying to wedge it together, trying to wedge all that together and be cohesive and compete with teams like Florida is just a way too big of an ask. But I'm also not going to be here and be like, "Great job, everyone. We lost by 14 points." Like in the game that fell over pretty freaking early in that game.
We fought though. I mean,
we did, and if we compete every game, we will win some games. We'll probably upset some teams, but I think
I don't think any of us thought we were actually going to win. I think and I don't want to speak for the two of you, but I could guess that we're pleasantly surprised by the effort. And at least for me, I was surprised that we were even able to get as close as we were in the second half.
I just don't think it was particularly close. Like I never felt.
No, like scoreboard wise, I know Florida was like.
No, I know what you're saying, and I don't. It's not like wrong what you're saying. I'm just like in my head, I'm like, I would have. I guess this is my perception, right? It has nothing to do with that what actually happened because like it's factual that we cut it to a 1-possession game early in the second half and they call timeout. Like that is a thing that happened. In my head, I never thought we were going to win this game. And so
yeah,
to me, that was like a blip versus like overall, like we're several steps below the top of college basketball. Several steps. And that was confirmed tonight. And that's, I've said this before, that's okay. It's a rebuild. It's going to take a little bit of time here. The coach has some growing to do. The program has a lot of growing to do. And it doesn't happen overnight. So this is fine. Like the effort, like you said, you'd be worried if players are quitting on the coach and whatnot. That's obviously not happening. Competed right down to the end. In fact, it would have been a worse margin, but we kept playing and kind of made some buckets at the end to get to 68 points and kind of it's 14 instead of 20 essentially because of that. So yeah, I think it's encouraging that we competed, but it's also in a way just if you had expectations or high expectations on this team, it was and none of the three of us did, just to be honest, but it's a pretty big crash down to earth here when you just because in addition to the margin, like they didn't play particularly well, but it was pretty obvious they were just several steps on the ladder above us right now. It's gonna take it's honestly it's the first time in a long time I can remember us actually playing this hard and getting beat this comprehensively. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I felt like I've watched us quit so many times over the last couple of years that like we competed the whole time and the margin was they were still just handling us.
I mean, and but that's something good to take away from it. Like, I mean, none of us, the three of us didn't expect to win, but like, yeah, they did compete the whole time. Otherwise, we could have lost by like 30 something.
It was also probably the worst possible matchup you could draw up, like for us.
Because they have like everybody in the front court, and we have like 2 players. So
yeah.
Yeah, and we needed certain things to happen. Like we needed to, shoot really well from 3. We didn't do that. We needed Trey Donaldson to really like basically fill the. That was the one area where we might have actually, had an advantage. or at least neutral, where he could probably get his shots up, and he just didn't have it today. 4-16, and like that's where we really need him to go for like 40 to stay in this game, and and we need to shoot well from 3, and we didn't do either of those things. And honestly, the fact that Reno took 5 threes was just showing how far away from the basket we got pushed, because that's not his game. His game's in the paint.
Yeah, I know he made the first one, and I was like, oh, maybe he'll make a couple of those tonight, and then he just kept missing them after that.
Well, that's where we took the lead. We hit a couple of. I remember in the group text, I was like, "We're hitting threes, like hitting miracle threes," and that's why. And that's why we're hanging in there, and they stopped going in, which is
Like even then we made 5 threes the entire game.
yeah, I know. We made
And most of them were like in that first few minutes.
Well, and to start the second half, who made 2 of them? I thought
It wasn't the same person because
it was Marcus
Allen.
Marcus Allen, and I think Dante Allen both made one. Or no, it might have been True. Towards the 5 threes is yeah.
I think we also need to address the horrific free throw shooting. We were 56% from the line, 15 of 27. That needs to improve tremendously for us to have a chance to win games because, like, for instance, Shelton Henderson, most of his shots are him driving to the rim. He was 3 of 8. And it could have been more, but he was in foul trouble. We need Malik Renew was 5 of 6. He was really our only one that was shooting over 50%.
Well, True as well was 3 of 4.
True was 3 of 4. We need that free throw shooting. You can't with a team that doesn't have the offensive power like we don't. We need to make free throws. It's unacceptable. And I know the guys were probably tired. They were getting bodied. It was a very physical game, but there's no excuse. We have to be better than that. Like, you need to be at least 80%. Like, we don't have the offense to be.
But I mean, most of these guys like that were transfers or whatever, they did not shoot anywhere near 80%. So it's just like
you got to work. I mean, Malik Renew wasn't on my bingo card to be our leading scorer, but here we are. So, I mean, he's got 20 plus in all 4 games so far. So they need to work on that. Like, we can't have that. That's how you lose a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We left 13 points just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also, I feel like, let me see what I think they missed like 10 free throws too, right? Yeah. I mean, again, it was not a well played game.
Yeah.
It was just it wasn't a well played game, frankly. I think as much as we left points on the court, the threes they were missing were wide the hell open, and they were breaking them, and they missed a bunch of layups. They could have easily put up 100 points. So I mean, we can't just look at ours. If we made our free throws, if they hadn't made them,
yikes. I'm
Yeah,
looking at all the free throw percentages from last year. Trey Donaldson, 69% last year. True, 63% last year. Let's see, what was Uday? 59 last year. Yeah, so Renew is actually, because he's like 80 something so far this year, but last year he was like 72. What was he? 73. But he's shooting terrible. 85 this year.
No, Malik's actually been making his free throws, so
yeah,
which is good considering he's getting to the line a lot. But at one point, Shelton missed 3 in a row between one set and another, and he just can't have that. Especially when he relies on his athleticism and his physicality to get to the rim. You got to make your free throws.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how if that can improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like us wearing the black uniforms, though. I'm always a fan of the black because I like how the orange and green pops on it. Just throwing that out there. We were tailgating across from a guy wearing a Coral Gables Trolley jersey yesterday. Vish was very excited about that.
I'm sure he was.
So, fine piece of equipment there.
Any other things to? Well, first let's just say hello to people in the chat. Nate, got some new people. Luck Buck. I've never seen. I don't know.
He's
It's
been
all
here before.
Yeah, he's been here
He's
before. I
been-
think he
Has
changed
he?
his name because
Oh,
I remember
maybe
that
because
picture.
it's all like the ats now instead of their names. Bryce
Yeah,
is in the chat.
this is.
Keeps
I
saying-
think this is Parish.
Mhm.
Luck Bucks. I think it's Parish Luck Bucks.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah.
And then GP Rock. Thanks for joining us on this
Yeah.
late
Shout out.
Sunday evening.
Shout out Bryce. I think we interact with him on Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
We've met. Melissa and I met Bryce. multiple
Yeah.
times.
Oh, nice.
Bryce is
Yeah.
one of our guys. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I think we're about where I expected us to be, and I hope people just don't start piling on Jay Lucas as if like he was supposed to be able to do so. Well, I mean, it's already starting, and it's look, we're gonna have many more of these. I know everyone likes to dump on the ACC. It is hard to win basketball games against high-level athletes when you're trying to get random players and shove them together. And there's going to be a lot more nights like this where we just don't have it.
Yeah.
We don't have depth, and we don't really have a lot of parts that necessarily fit together. Just whatever you can get. Again, I keep going back to this, but this the women's team last year was faced with a similar problem of just trying to put the roster together without really having the ability to plan for that for an entire year, and trying to do it in a few months is hard. And I think a lot of people had unrealistic expectations. Florida's a good team, but I actually don't think they played that well today, and they kind of handled us pretty easily. So we've got to regroup here. I think we make a mistake of just saying, and I know no one on the show saying this, of course, but I think if we come out of this with an attitude of, well, Florida's so good, what are you going to do? Like, there's a lot we need to fix and work on and work through. Because I thought the effort was good enough. I thought the play was not. There's a lot of stupid plays, a lot of turnovers, missed free throws, as we talked about, that you got to clean up, because I don't think there's any universe, regardless of how well we played, that we're winning this game. But this is some of the stuff we saw today is how you lose to some of the bottom teams in the ACC and become one of those. So we got a lot to clean up.
And you know what? Coach Lucas actually said that. I think, was it his post game presser after our last game? He said this was going to be a litmus test of where the team is at and what we need to work on. So I don't think he had crazy expectations either. But this is now you see how the team bounces back. I don't know what our next game is. Do you have the schedule? Who do we play?
Yeah, it's. I was just looking at it.
We're going to it, Melissa.
Oh, is that our next game?
It's Elon, and then
okay.
Delaware State, and then it's BYU and Mississippi.
Okay,
And also,
so
I'm devastated because we're playing Southern Miss, and I thought Chris Watson was still in Southern Miss, but he is not there anymore. Very disappointing.
Where is he?
He's at Hampton now.
Okay.
Do we have a
So we also we haven't. There's another game in between BYU and Ole Miss, right? Because that's a tournament. We're gonna play it.
Oh yeah.
I know who it is.
Yeah, there is one more.
Do we have a few minutes to talk about the women, or should we say that for another show? We probably maybe do it unless you have like 20 minutes, because I have a lot to say. But
I have like 5-10 minutes.
That's all. We could save it for another show. Maybe we can do one during the week.
Well, I think we talked about maybe doing a post game after the game on Thursday. So
yeah,
the women also play Thursday.
Do we have a day where we could just do a women's show?
No, I
If
don't.
we're gonna do a post game after the men's game, we should probably.
Well, the women also play on Thursday, so we can do both.
Okay.
We'll just be at the men's game, but
I took a lot of notes watching the FAU game, so I have a lot to say about that team.
yeah, the women also play Thursday, so we can maybe post game both of those together.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I will save all of my thoughts for Thursday. We don't want to talk about the women too much. BT dub.
Uh,
Also, I'm really pissed that this is a fucking neutral site game. Sorry, I keep cussing. It should just be an away game. In no way, shape, or form was that a neutral site game. I'm just gonna say it right now. But whatever.
Yeah, but there's also principalities involved.
Yeah,
They
you don't
weren't
want
going
to
to
just give
return
them
to
a home
begin
game
with.
when we're not gonna get a
Yeah.
home game. I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just
So
saying it's
fuck
annoying.
them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, honestly. I complained about that in the preseason, and now I'm like, it doesn't matter. We're going to win 10 games this year. It's okay. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a good experience.
Do we have a final thoughts?
yes.
Sweet.
Today's final thoughts. JV Barons, first game this Wednesday night at home. So we'll see how I'm feeling after that. But
Good luck to the JV Barons.
Yeah, they're
good luck
gonna
to
need
the
it.
Fountain Valley Barons and the varsity too. Matt's the assistant coach on the varsity. Good luck to all the Barons out there.
all the
You do.
Barons.
I'm hoping
All
to
the
receive a Fountain Valley hoodie.
I have it, yeah. I'm thinking of just sending it when the other care package comes of fudge and stuff.
I will
So-
gladly wait to get fudge because Matt's mom makes the best freaking fudge. It is.
I already told her. I was like, she's like, oh, she always does this every year. She's like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna make as much candy this year. She always
Did you
says
tell her I
that.
asked for it?
Yeah, and so I was like, Melissa needs fudge. I was like, can you just make a ton of fudge? And she was like, okay. She's like, fudge is easier, so I'll do that.
Well, the fact that I was asking for it in October.
You were asking for it like right after holiday season last year, so
Also, we haven't gotten to talk about it since Matt was here, but we had a fun weekend. We got a fun selfie in front of the Watsco Center.
oh yeah, I got the full
I gotta get those printed.
sunflower treatment and the big cheese, and got to go to Flanagan's.
Yeah, you got the South Florida treatment. I'm
love
debating.
it.
Should I get the Watsco Center photo print out to replace this one? Do I replace the photo since it's in front of the Watt?
Maybe.
Decisions. So if Matt is clutch with the fudge because it's really good. It's really good. Oh, Nate wants to know your impression of the rib rolls.
Oh, they were good. Vish almost killed me though. Because what did I call him, Vish?
Egg rolls?
Yeah, it was like egg
Oh
rolls or
yeah, you
something.
called them egg rolls.
Yeah, or something like
Ooh.
that.
Well,
Unbelievable.
it could be worse. Vish's friend, a different Matt, didn't like the rib rolls.
Okay, that's crazy. Yeah, they were really good.
He's been in the Carolinas too long, and he's into the vinegar-based barbecue now, and that just didn't work.
Matt, we did a repeat of your Sunday on Friday when Vish's two friends were down.
You went to both places again?
Well, we did Big Cheese for lunch and then Flanagan's for dinner.
Oh my god.
I ordered a salad at Flanagan's that night because I was still full from Big Cheese.
Dude, the big cheese was good.
That's the Miami treatment. Like, if you're coming out for a Miami game, you go to Flanagan's and you go to the Big Cheese and you have a lot of garlic rolls, and then if you're not me, you eat the rib rolls.
It reminds me of the Italian place that was by Cal State Long Beach.
Did you keep the cup?
Of course I kept the cup.
Yes.
I don't have it. It was supposed to be my pod cup, but I have this one right now that Vish gave me.
Nice. Also a good
Mentioned me.
choice.
So the Flanagan, I've already used the Flanagan's cup like 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
So
We got to get you back down here.
I need to get more Flanagan's cups.
Well, that and we only had like one day with you, so like we need more time than that.
Yeah, well, you guys can come here too.
There's no Pinecrest Bakery out there though, so
Yeah, there's something better though. There's Portos.
The football team plays it's too far away, but I was gonna say I think the football team plays at Stanford next year, but that's not close to you.
You can make a trip out of it. Just fly
I'm
down
also.
there.
I think I'm done with that part of the country for a while.
No more NorCal, Southern Cal only.
Yeah, too many trips out there. I'm not going out
Well,
there
go
again.
during basketball season. Watch a game at
Stanford would be easy for me because my aunt lives like I could walk to the campus from her house. So like,
I'm just not going out to the Bay Area again. I've had it. There's no.
I just wanted to go for the Chinese food.
You two can enjoy. I'm not.
What's it
flying
called
across
again?
this country again.
Santung.
Santung. That
So
place is good.
So good. All right. I think that's it for the night.
Yeah,
so
just real quick. Six Rings Canes tomorrow at 8:30, and then we'll have post game. Both the men and the women play Thursday. 11 buckets
on Thursday. Yeah.
And Fountain Valley plays on Wednesday.
Good luck to the Barons.
Go Barons.
All the Barons.
Barons. Yep.
Shout out to everyone in the chat for staying up late with us on a Sunday evening. Cue the Sox outro.
Don't cry. Keep it chill. Wear good socks.